Welcome. This is Brent Black. I'm Grant Black, not the other way around. We're going to look at some news again today. See what happened. There is a settlement in Texas for a man being pepper sprayed while his son recorded the traffic stop. But what's interesting is that the Portland mayor sprays an unmasked man who confronts him with a video camera. Those two things sound very similar. If it wasn't titled Portland, I would think it's the same story. Somebody might be getting $200,000 pretty soon. We'll have to wait and see. Target joins Costco in dropping coconut milk brand over forced monkey labor allegations. I've heard of child labor, but monkey labor? I can't even imagine what monkey labor is. Like, they always say, you get enough monkeys typing on typewriters and you get them to write, name the book. That's what I think when I think monkey labor. What does monkey labor have to do with coconut milk? Apparently, it's good coconut milk if Target and Costco both had it. Who knew monkey labor would be the thing that made the best coconut milk? Adobe Flash shutdown halts Chinese railroad for over 16 hours before pirated copy restores operations. Now, as a developer, I know that some things don't get updated over a long period of time, but you have the rail system running on Adobe Flash? Now, back when I was growing up, we had technology classes where they would teach you how to type and use Excel and presentation, PowerPoint presentations. And during that time, most of us just went on whatever game site of your choosing, and those were all Flash games. And it's funny because when all the talk about Flash coming to an end, support for Flash coming to an end was happening, everybody was like, "Oh, all these games are gonna go away." And then it was like, "Oh, a few websites aren't gonna work." Oh, their whole rail system just does not work. It's like, "Oh, we haven't updated Flash. we forgot to change update from Flash. Our trains don't work." So they had to pirate a copy. That's hilarious. You didn't. Who was in charge that forgot that their system ran on Flash? That could have changed it over all this time and just didn't. The same thing that powers miniclip.com is what powers China's China's train system. Now this one shows up twice because it's still a prototype, so there's some stuff to work out. An Indian court rules that groping without removing clothes is not sexual assault. So that also shows up a little bit up here. It says that groping a child, if shirt is still on, isn't sexual assault. What kind of precedent is this to set? It's oh, it's like you can do whatever you want as long as you don't touch the skin. That's You got to do better than that. That's an awful precedent. That's like you can do whatever you want as long as you got some gloves on. That's really what their court system just said. I mean, what's going on? Indian Muslim comic in jail for weeks for jokes he did not tell. Now that's funny in a few ways. Now the other one I just read pretty much says that there's some issues happening in that part of the world, but this one is like, we went to see you. You didn't tell us the jokes you wanted to hear, so we put you in jail. Get back on stage and tell us those jokes. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Locked up. Oregon State discovered the first new pigment of blue in over 200 years. Now it's for sale. Now, I don't really understand how you can discover color. I know this is a pigment of blue, not necessarily just a color, but I don't know how you discover a color. Like when I think blue, I don't think one thing of blue. So if they showed me the blue, I'd be like, yeah, that's blue. So I mean, I don't know how you can be like this blue has never existed. And how do you quantify that this hasn't existed in over 200 years? How do you know it hasn't? What are you comparing it against? Where's the record books of colors that have existed in 200 years? And and not only that, we selling it. If you want this blue, we got it. Oklahoma lawmaker proposes a bill that calls for creation of a Bigfoot hunting season. Now, the thing about Bigfoot is we've been talking about Bigfoot for a long, long time. Ain't nobody seen him in forever. Why you trying to hunt him? Let him go. Let him go. Like if you find him, there ain't gonna be no more big feet. Why are you trying to catch big feet? I mean, I guess technically it's Bigfoot. There's only one Bigfoot, so it's not big feet. Big feet would be like his race of big feet men, women. I don't know what the hell you would call it. But why are we trying to hunt him? If he's in Oklahoma, get out. Go somewhere else. I can't imagine he'd be in Oklahoma. I think he'd be like somewhere with a big forest, like the north. I mean, northwest. I don't know. Maybe not. It gets cold there, right? Maybe he would have a bunch of furs. I think he would be in like the northwest or the northeast because he could stay in the rain and the cold and walk around in the trees and be fine without people seeing him. I don't know why he'd be in Oklahoma. I don't get that. So he's probably fine. He ain't got to worry about this. Dozens of smuggled chameleons found in suitcase in Austria. Now you say dozens of chameleons in a suitcase. How many dozens? How many dozen of chameleons can you fit in a suitcase? Like we know a dozen is 12, and I know there's some. I got like a huge suitcase, and I've stuffed a bunch of stuff in it. Are we talking like 4 dozen, 5 dozen? How many chameleons can you fit in a suitcase? Number one, I guess we got to ask this man to find out. The next thing, it's chameleon, but that's terrible camouflage. They opened it and they just saw all the chameleons. I feel like they should be invisible. They should be blended in with the suitcase. You trying to sneak chameleons in, but you can't even hide it. Maybe you should have cut down on the amount you're trying to get in. Brooklyn Bridge walkway sign installed after police complained too many people were asking them for directions. Now I can understand things being confusing, people not knowing where to go, but I just think this visual is pretty funny. That's like just a cop just saying there, everybody like, hey, Miss Police, where am I going? And they just be standing there like, yo, if another person asks me how to get there, I'm gonna do something. And that's what it is because this couldn't be just like, oh, a few people ask me every day. This is like every day. Like, yo, how do I get? And they just be like, we gotta do something. We're putting up a sign. Screw it, we're putting up a sign. Police mistake pensioners queuing for COVID vaccine with an illegal rave. Now I know this article is in Europe because they say pensioners, which is a funny way of calling somebody old. We've been saying boomers, but pensioners might be good enough too, because ain't nobody getting a pension no more except for some old people. Now I saw all of this article and who thought this was a raid? Who called and was like, yeah, there's something happening with these old people lining up. It's at the police there. Just a line of old people. Why are you concerned? The funniest thing is when they got there, everybody was cranky and just mad. just because. Martha Stewart launches cannabis pet products. Now I know people love their dogs. And I know people love cannabis, and people will make anything for dogs. But why does your dog need a cannabis product? What are they gonna do with it? They don't know what it is. They'll eat anything. They'll play with anything, really. Why do they need a cannabis product? Stop trying to sell me dumb stuff. Brentwood police search for stolen cat in the hat. I can't even imagine what this article is about. What? What? We all know Cat in the Hat is a Dr. Seuss book. What did this even mean? Who wrote this article? This is a natural. Oh, they literally mean a stolen cat in the hat. Somebody stole Cat in the Hat. Who would have done this? All right, this has been some random news that I wanted to share. If you want to see more news like this, go to newscrew.gq. That's a temporary domain, but it is what it is for now. Uh, it's good stuff pretty much every day. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I don't know what else people do. Hit the bell, I guess. Bye.